peddle, like peaches and apples. And we'd go up there and get about 40 bushels it's just one of them little old short step-side trucks, And but he got where he couldn't go. And at 16, he let me drive to Boone and pick up apples and come back.
And the roads aren't the same as you know them today. I mean, let me just tell you, because when I went to the mountains as a young kid, and I don't know anything about it other than I would get in the foot of the truck so I wouldn't have to look out the window.
I tell you, that mountain going up towards Boone.
Yeah.
That was
actually Blowing Rock.
Well,
we
to
didn't
get to Blowing Rock though.
Yeah.
Was this?
That's where we pick up them apples. It was right there. It was an old house. Just went off of a mountain hill. It was right beside of that main road that goes up through there.
That was the original 321 probably.
I guess so. I don't know. Remember.
I bet.
But you know, another thing is that Leroy quit school and went to work to take care of the family before 16, didn't he?
I finished 7th grade, 6th and 7th, 13th.
And Daddy was sick, you know. I don't know how we lived. I guess on the mercy of God. But Leroy went to work at a service station where.
Well, I didn't work but 6 months. And he really didn't want me to be there then. There was drinking up there. But that's when he bought that truck, and I come home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That was a pulpwood thing?
No, that was it was a nice 55 Chevrolet truck, 56.
Yeah.
Pickup. And he traded it to Jim for on the store, yeah.
I wondered how he got the store.
Yeah.
When did he get the store then?
He got the store in 57.
He was always worrying about how to make a living, how to make a living for the family. I mean, that was, you know, when you're disabled, you're sick, you're disabled, and no money coming in. That thought never left his mind, really. But he was always coming up with something to do.
Was the store was it at the end of the road, and then near the elementary school? Or what was that?
No, that was not that.
Well,
that was the original store.
That's the. But was that where he started?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I. And then when did your dad, or when did y'all move? When did it get moved to where it is now?
Was it 61?
I don't remember.
I had it later than that, but I don't know.
I don't know.
When was your daddy, Kim, when was your father, when was Clegg's open heart surgery? You remember? Because I used to kid him.
I think I was a baby.
Yeah, I think that was before me.
Yeah, Mark was a baby.
They lived in that little white house.
Yeah, what, Mark, do you know when it was?
I was born in 62, so I'm guessing 63.
He was in his early 20s, right?
Yeah, I had it as 64, but I don't know why I had it there.
That could be right.
Because that was a big deal. That was open heart surgery, as Bill Cosby would say. That's back when open heart surgery was new.
I think
They didn't do it in Charlotte.
They did at Duke University.
And they waited several years till Clegg got enough strength built up. They figured that was his strongest point. They waited several years for it to do this.
Yeah.
I think it took 13. Was it 13 or 13 and a half hours?
Yeah, it was a long day because I remember waiting for the answer, at the store.
And you know now they're doing it every day and get them up next day walking. Yeah. But you remember, if you remember, he was as near dead.
We lost a lung during the surgery.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's where one of it. He only had one lung. He had a lung collapse during that surgery. The ornery hardhead funny part of the story, and Kim probably Mark tell it better than me. He owned a '58 Ford. I never will forget that. And that 58 Fords didn't have power steering, so they had about a 9-foot steering wheel. and it looked like you were driving the Queen Mary, and straight drive. And he drove home from Duke.
Really?
Holy cow!
And if you remember the wires in his chest, where they wired his chest together, but two of them were turned out, where they bent the wires to lock them, they actually turned out and were pointing out. He had that little knobby part sticking out. You remember that, Mark? Oh, you don't remember that? Well, but that was, you remember? He had the wire sticking out. The reason the wires was not turned down was he drove home. He twisted his chest on the way home enough that those wires moved.
I didn't know.
Turning that big steering wheel.
Turning that big steering wheel.
I didn't know that either.
And he was bound and determined that he was.
Was it holding like
He's
this?
not. He's unlike the rest of us Starneses who are not hard-headed.
Cause you know he had a, I don't know what year this was, but it was way before I had any life. But they had him confined to bed for a year at least.
When he had the
Rheumatic fever.
He had the rheumatic fever. But after his surgery, he had a long healing, and so he would listen to music, and he got to the place he could make his heart beat to the tune he was listening to.
You heard that, Mark? Have you?
And it was, it was frightening to him at first, and then he got to be a game. But he could control the beating of his heart to the music. When you're sick and you're so aware of that organ, when you're not, it just works and you never think about it.
Well, he had the plastic valve. You can stand next to him and hear his heart. Yeah, he had.
But he came home and he was going to make a cup of instant coffee or tea or something. So then he put water in the kettle and put it on the burner. And so when it got hot, he went to pick it up. He didn't realize those muscles didn't work.
Oh, wow.
And so the whole kettle of hot water just fell everywhere. It scared him to death. But anyway.
So let's go back a little bit.
Mom and Daddy.
Mom and Daddy. Daddy and Mama got married. They met. You know the stories that I've heard the stories about.
I don't know
I've heard the stories about he called square dances. Was there any association with that and Mom and Dad?
No. What happened? Grandma was taking care of Mom. Aunt Lizzie has it. You should tell them about that one.
Well, I'm not sure. Grandma Starnes hired Mama to help cook and take care of the teachers that she was boarding in her house.
And she liked your daddy. They were